Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. George Baltakian here. Today's video is all about how to source off-market deals through brokers. So if you're a real estate investor, flipper, wholesaler, developer, you're going to want to hear this video. Maybe even if you're a broker yourself or an agent yourself, you're going to want to hear this video. So this is for you. First, I want to talk about cold calling in general. I think it's super powerful and brokers do it day in, day out, every single day. They have a direct line to the sellers in the market. That's their entire MO, right? They want to find the best deals. They want to list properties for sale. They want to uncover motivation. And if you become a broker's best friend, they hold the keys. They're going to give it to you straight. So you want to be their best friend. You want to be top of mind whenever they think of a buyer for this great off-market opportunity. You want to be the one that they think of, right? So there's a few tips and advice I can give for doing that. First and foremost, in my opinion, be specific. So, a lot of times when I was in brokerage, I would call a seller. I'd say, okay, you're a buyer. What are you looking to buy? They're like, anything that's a good deal. I was like, okay, so what's a good deal to you? Something good with a good return. So they're not very specific. So you can ask one question, two questions, but if that person is still not being very specific about the types of deals they want, they don't appear serious to you, and they're not going to be the first person that you're inclined to call when a great deal comes about. But if you're specific as an investor, you know what your buy box looks like, right? And anytime you talk to a broker, you're telling them, that's more chances for them to bring you good deals, right? The more people you tell, be nice to brokers, right? They're used to getting rejected all day and people talking bad to them. But, if you're kind and courteous with brokers, they'll remember. And if you're specific with them about your buy box, you have more chances to get great deals. The more people you tell, and the more people have an opportunity to bring you those deals that you're looking for. So be specific and say, oh, not just I want a great deal, but okay, I want a retail property, a vacant, 500,000 to 2 million in this geography, or 20,000 cars a day, or I want multifamily 16 to 20 units, right, at a 6 to 7 cap in Beverly Hills. Not gonna happen, but whatever, you understand my meaning. So the more specific you are, the better. It shows you're serious. I think it communicates that. And also, if you can provide proof of funds, that's going to help. You don't necessarily have to from the get-go, just after a phone call. But as the relationship's developing, the more steps you can take to show that broker you're the type of investor who's serious, who's going to close, the more likely it is that they're going to bring you the deal and not the next guy who's kind of wishy-washy. And so that's another thing. Why brokers? Because brokers are talking to people every day. They also have CoStar, right? A lot of deals, they either happen off market or they go on CoStar, but they don't make it to LoopNet for the general public, right? Some investors who own property, who eventually want to sell property, they're kind of guarded and they're kind of private people that don't necessarily want to put everything out there, especially if the deal has hairs on it, right? If the deal has problems, they don't necessarily want it out there. So those are opportunities for you to get a great deal, a great return if you're a problem solver on a hairy deal. A lot of times it's expired listings, right? They have access to all that data with CoStar and everything else they have. And you can also show you're a serious buyer and they can go out and hunt for deals for you, especially the younger brokers, right? The more seasoned guys have less time, but the younger brokers, some people who get cold calls from young brokers don't give them the time of day. But I've gotten some great deals sent to me by younger brokers because I was courteous enough to tell them what I wanted, give them the time of day, spend time with them and say, hey, I'm very serious. If you find this, call me immediately. And they did. So because they're eager, they want to make something happen. I think networking events are also great. Shake hands, kiss babies, talk to all the brokers in person and say, hey, I want this. Hey, I want this. Just talk to a ton of people. They could put a face to the name. And so when you get on the phone or email later, they know they've met you, you're real. And those are just some tips for you when talking to brokers. I think it's extremely powerful to have a network of brokers working for you. You're not signing anything. You're just communicating that you're serious. You're in the market. You're active. You want to buy. Send me these deals if they meet XYZ criteria. So that's my 2 cents on that. Thanks for watching. And I'll see you in the next one.